Spider-Man No Way Home is the third film of the Spider-Man MCU flicks, like the ones with Tom Holland. And so far, it's the only one aside from Toby Maguire's, Spider-Man flicks, that's actually in a trilogy. Because, yep, Andrew Garfield's films weren't good, and they weren't deserving of a trilogy. I know that they're going back and wanting to make a third one, but yep, the the Tobey Maguire's ones were good enough for a trilogy. Andrew Garfield's one, no, I mean Tom Holland's ones are good for a trilogy. This one being easily the best third entry of the two Spider-Man trilogies. But yeah, not so much Andrew Garfield's. But you know what? I'm just going off on tangent. Let's just go right into the film. Okay, it's directed by John Watts. It stars Tom Holland, Zendaya, um, Benedict Cumberbatch, and Jon Favreau. Um, yeah, this movie is. I okay. When I first started getting into film, started learning about a whole bunch of different things, I kind of developed a little bit of an ego, a little bit. Like I didn't really think that like, oh my god, I'm better looking than people, but I started thinking that I started being extra harsh with films, and I started thinking that I knew more and that certain things weren't good, and that extra harshness that I developed, that was just a stage. Like that's a phase that's all done right now. I mean, like sometimes I can be harsh with a film, but in the case of Spider-Man No Way Home, a film that I could have been harsh with, um, there's okay. The movie is full of Easter eggs. It's full of extremely pleasant surprises. All the things that this movie had to offer, all the pleasant surprises, were just so lovely, so nice, and so so well done that it really okay. It took me back to being a kid because okay, if you don't know, come on, how do you not know that Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield make their returns in this? Like, come on, how do you not know that already? Um, and yeah, when Tobey Maguire, who's my personal favorite Spider-Man, like when he makes his guest return, it takes me back to being 7 years old again because that's how old I was when the first Spider-Man movie came out. Yeah, this movie it really takes me back to being a kid, and yeah, this movie does feature quite a bit of heart and emotion to it too. I couldn't really downgrade this film a whole lot. But first and foremost, this movie made me just oh so happy watching it. It definitely is a contender for my favorite film of the year. Still have 2 more days to figure that out. If this movie does rank as my favorite film of the year, then that's great. But yep, let's get right into the film as it is. Um, yeah, after Peter Parker, well, after Spider-Man defeats Mysterio in the previous Spider-Man film, um, Spider-Man's identity is revealed, and he gets massive backlash from everyone in New York. They want to destroy him, so Peter wants Doctor Strange to wipe out people's memories of who Spider-Man is, except for a select few. Now, yeah, Peter's kind of dumb about the whole thing. He really messes up Doctor Strange's abilities to do so. And suddenly, he just ruins everything. He creates, he just unleashes the multiverse, and because of that, we had villains from the Toby Maguire era and from the Andrew Garfield era that come back, and yeah, we get a whole bunch of different things with each character, and they really grow pretty much from where they were in the previous Spider-Man movies. Like, okay, a little bit of a spoiler: Doc Ock is in this. Okay, um, yeah, just like how he was in Spider-Man 2 from 2004, and yeah, well, okay, Alfred Molina is a really talented guy. He's really underrated, and I thought that the way that he develops his character in this, um, it really does. He really does a good job of matching how everything was back in 2004, which was really good. But maybe it was just a simple thing, maybe. And yeah, the action in this is okay. The special effects in this, the movie technically doesn't really do a whole lot. Some of the action scenes do run on a little like longer than expected, but really it's the people in this that give the movie its edge, and the amount of heart that this has, which I loved. And come on, Toby Maguire and Andrew Garfield. Like Toby Maguire, I've always liked Maguire's things, not just Spider-Man, but when he was younger and he did like Wonder Boys and Cider House Rules. I didn't even like Cider House Rules, but Tobey Maguire's performance in it I liked, and Ride with the Devil. Those were all really good things, and so he doesn't really do a whole lot these days. But seeing Maguire back in this was really cool. Andrew Garfield, didn't like his Spider-Man movies, but I do like Garfield himself. I think that he's a really talented guy. He was the top actor in 2016 when he did Hacksaw Ridge and Silence, both magnificent performances. Tom Holland, really good at Spider-Man. I really like him. And yeah, the way that everyone connects in this, it's just so nice. It's just a wonderful, pleasant sort of surprise. So I feel like in this movie, a perfect 4-star score.